Today I would confirm the statement, and I believe it even more than 2 years ago. Because when we probe deeper, you see the vastness of human knowledge. I mean, it's a bit like in cosmology or astronomy. I mean, in the beginning they thought the solar system, and they were surprised about the complexity of it. But then there are more stars, and then, they discover black holes, and they discover this, and they discover that. I mean, there's no end to it. And this is here too. If we start probing art with AI, in my view, in a proper way, not just looking at the surface, then we go into depths of human knowledge that are just staggering. But I will give an example of one of the things that we are doing. You see, because AI is going into these depths. And one example is for the cultural knowledge. Because if you look at a painting like Secrets, for example, and then there's this whole background of that it's Albert Speer which is represented, and he's, it's called Secrets because he actually denied the Holocaust and wrote books about it until the end of his life, kept it secret that actually he knew about it. And then later on it became clear he must have known. And so all of this kind of background. And so at the moment, most people are not aware of this, but the search engines, they use structures called knowledge graphs, which contain facts. And you need it because if you, want to find a restaurant, let's say, near BOZAR, well, there is an Italian restaurant, but Italian restaurant is a kind of restaurant, so that's okay, you see, and so on, right? So there's a huge common sense knowledge which we all have. And a lot of this is now available to a machine in these knowledge graphs, which are used in search engines, but also in translation or in language applications, etc. Now, these knowledge graphs, you say, well, how many facts do they contain? There must be a lot. Yes, indeed, there are a lot. I mean, there are tens of billions of facts in these knowledge graphs. And so these, you have to imagine these are huge graphs in which then processes of association and search are taking place. And this is all happening in our brain. It is just astounding. And if you don't engage with AI, you don't know, right? We are not aware that in our head are these graphs of billions of facts, and they pop. I mean, it's a miracle. And when you look at Condoleezza Rice, another Tuymans painting, well, if you're old enough, let's say, you recognize this person, you know immediately what it's about, all these facts. And the associations start propagating in your mind. And so this complexity is something that we are beginning to tackle with AI. But this is just one aspect. There's the visual aspect, which is also hugely complicated. There's the conceptual aspects, and the language also that we say, oh, this work, and we talk about it. I mean, compared to that, the stars are trivially simple. And that's what we're trying to comprehend.